A growing number of voters in the United Kingdom say climate change and environment are important issues facing the country. With a parliamentary election scheduled for the 4th of July, political parties have been keen to emphasize their green credentials. But some critics argue that the UK is falling behind when it comes to a bold environmental policy. Issues such as healthcare and cost of living are deemed by many to be more important, which means that green policies are being squeezed out. John Beaver has more.
5 of the 10 hottest summers on record in the UK have been in the last 20 years. Climate change is impacting the lives of those in the UK, but there's frustration that not enough is being done by successive governments. Climate campaigners have recently won court cases against the government to force them to implement more ambitious policies to cut carbon emissions.
We know that it's a very visible way for climate campaigners to put legal pressure on the government to increase the ambitiousness of its policies, and extremely broadly over time we can say that the British government has become more ambitious, particularly in terms of promoting renewable energy production here in the UK.
Domestic energy production is also tied to energy security and not being as vulnerable to price shocks caused by international events like the Russian invasion of Ukraine. But wider environmental policies have grown in importance.
The 1979 Conservative manifesto, when Margaret Thatcher came to power, was almost 9,000 words long. The word environment was only used 5 times. Much has changed in the last 4 decades, and now well thought out green policies make up a key part of any modern day manifesto.
For the past 5 years, the environment has been picked by around 20 to 30% of people as one of their top 3 issues facing the country. But it still lags a long way behind other key issues such as the economy, health and immigration and asylum. That might explain why the government has been accused of watering down their climate commitments, arguing they're too expensive and could hamper economic progress.
The UK has one of the most ambitious climate targets of any of our international peers. Yes, exactly. The UN GAP report shows the UK is expected to reduce emissions at the fastest rate between 2015 and 2030 among the G20 group. We remain incredibly ambitious about climate change. We've over-delivered on all of our carbon budgets to date, and the work shows that we will continue to do so.
But the opposition Labour Party has also been accused of short-sightedness in dropping their own ambitious environmental policies for being too expensive. Despite a growing number of voters saying they're concerned with the environment, the current financial pressures mean green policies are often being overlooked in the build-up to the next election. John Beaver in London, reporting for DD India.
Still to come on DD India Live.